Hello, welcome back to a new tutorial. Today we make this a house here. We will see we can make it in one part or we take more parts. So we start. Make your screencast keys on. Good. Add mesh cube. At first we make this here, this simple thing. Scale in the set. Such like that. Then Shift D to duplicate them, scale them. Then we have that. We only make it on one side, the rest we can make with a mirror, or we can copy this parts to the other side. Shift D and scale and set. Scale, set, and Shift D, copy that, and scale set 2. So we have that. We see we need here something, so Shift D and rotate Y 90 degrees, and we have that. That is okay. Shift D and scale it to the size of this here and scale X. Good. Shift D to copy, rotate Y 90. Grab them here. Shift D, scale set, and we have that. That is all we need for this side. So we mark that all and bring that to the side so that we have more space there. Good. File, save first time. So then we see we have this the same here down, so we must make it there too. So we start again. We get this here, Shift D, place them here, and we see there's a that is the same size. So scale set only, and Shift D, scale down, scale set, Shift D to copy that to this side, then Shift D for that side, and Shift D to make it on that side. Good. Then we need that here. For that we get this and this, Shift D, copy, bring them to point. See that fits. We only must copy that. Now we mark that 3 things and Shift D, copy that 4 times. So we have that done. Good. There is my keys there that we want to make other. So we only need this for this time. So we mark that and get it to the side too. We see that this one is one part and this can be one part too, and in the middle is then there some wood uh, or the ceiling, like you would say for that. Good. So that means that here must be at the same height, and Shift D to duplicate that, rotate Y 90 degrees, and put them here, what is later the ceiling, or like you call that. Good. We scale in the X and try to get it fixed. So we get with background selection C, selecting, get it to the point. Same we do here, get it to the point. And this two one a little deeper, and this one deeper, and that here too. Good. For the start, that is okay. We must mark them all because later we want to have the texture on it, the wooden texture, and each side is another than there. Um, so we need to mark seams. That means we go at each of these wood sticks and give them a mark seam at the top and at the bottom mark seam, and at the back one cut where nobody sees that. That is this back and mark seam. That we do with all this stuff. That means we go here. We take this front and the back, but first that, then that, then at the background this one, mark seam, ready. Same here, this one, mark seam, go to the back and mark seam that. Same with all this stuff. You can imagine that is little work. We have much of them, so we have much to mark. But it is important for the good texturing later. Without mark seams, you will have problems to get a good unwrap later with a good texture on it. So we must do that. Good. Then this one and this mark seam, the back mark seam. Okay. Mark seam and here one. Okay. And I let that in a moment because you see what you have to do. You can make that already. I start to modeling other things in a moment. It's better to have a result in fast time. So now we try to make here some of these windows. That means we add mesh uh, cube, scale them in the set. That we have the outer line of this window, such like that. Then we go there and delete the back face completely. Words. Okay, now we have only that. Then we extrude scale in so that we have a little scale X, little space there. And then we go inside, so we extrude and drag them to the Y. So we have that. Here we, on the front face, we make a X only faces so that we have that here. And now we see there's inside two on range. So we scale again, a little bit smaller than the outside, such like that. Now we have that part here. And now we see there comes the glass and the window stuff there. So we go in the middle and give there 2 loops, scale them to the X, bring them together, that we have the middle part of this window. Then we go in there and make 2 loops there too, and that is it for now. Then we make here this loop stuff there. So get in a loop here, and once again, bring them to this place. Good. And now we make this middle part there. So we take 2 loops, scale in the X, look that it is the same size as the other one. Scale X. Good. So we have that. Now we know the materials and can give them that material, but this class will be a little bit in the has a little deepness, so we mark them all. That means that one, that one, that, and this, not the middle. Here are here we must select the middle. Yeah. So okay. Now extrude and drag them to the Y, and you see now we have that result here. We go here and mark the outer line from the whole window, and then extrude that to the back side. So we got that. Then each class needs to have a deepness. Uh, so thickness, and that is only plain at the moment. So we need to give them a deepness with extruding again, and we got that. Now you see here isn't closed, so we must close that. So we mark that place, and with F we close. Now we have a 3D uh, window there. But we make a failure. That doesn't come with here. So must go back and select that with. Yeah. So we go back to the selecting, select this window stuff, and extrude one time, and then we close the front, this ring here, F to close, mark this, F to close. Same with these little guys here, F, 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 and once again. Good. Here we need three materials for that all. So we take here the materials at first. So we need once the wood, then plus a second one, new. We give them a name and we call it class. Good. And maybe we can make the white. So we call there white. And later that will be in white plastic, and that is white structure. So we give them white structure, and the white plastic we need later. So white plastic. Good. Um, we see here is this white place around that. So we make that now. We give them a little more deepness to the wall. That means we make here a loop in, bring that a little to the front. Now we can extrude, scale that, and we got that. And now with that we make this white stuff there, what comes out. So we scale it a little in the X, that we have the same proportions. And then we got that part. We scale that one time down so that we get the same result like before. So, and now extrude scale, and we have it. Good. I make a little scale in the X2, and we go to the wall. That means we take this whole line here and bring them out to get that look there. Extrude and bring them out. So we have that window in this place, and that is enough for that. Then we see here comes the part outside of the plane where the water runs out when the water comes on the window or something else there. So we make there some of that. That means we take that line here and extrude them out. So we have that, and that should be for this part. So we got that. Now we give them not detailed, but we give them a basic color. With this pipette here, we can take the color from here, and we have done the same um, look. Class, we can make here to class shader. Then white structure, we let it white. White plastic, we let it 2 in a moment, so we will change that later. Now we give them all her stuff that it needs, so we mark that. And the inner part, that should be white structure, so we click here and assign. We see that helps. Then the white plastic is that here, that comes out here. So we go here, and the front we need. So we give them the white plastic, and here we get the glass. So we give them here glass material. So that is it for now. We have to mark seam here too, like in the other part too. That means we can get here all these glass faces and mark them as a seam. Then we can go there and mark the completely back loop as a seam. Then we can get this here as a seam and the outer line. That means this one. Mark seam, but I see there is one too, so we take that one, the innerst part. That is the best we can take for that. So we mark that outer line, and that means that here too. So we got that, and that is okay. So we mark that seam too. That is good. We need to have a cut always there. So we go here to the sides and mark seam in each of these edges. Mark seam, and down here too. And once again here. Good. Add this window we make there a cut on these edges and at the top edges too. Mark scene. All done. Yes, that is good. We let it. We will see later. It fits completely, or we must tweak a little. So, when you look at that and you see that door, that is the same one, but a little higher. So we make Shift D, copy of that, and then we go in edit mode with background selection, word selection, mark that with border selection, and bring them down to the bottom. Now we have the door. When you look at the preview render, you will see that all later fits. I see we have a problem there. That is that we have thickness of the window, and so we must give them the background to a glass material and at the side too. That means that here must be completely glass. So we loop that here, and this, and give them a glass material. So now we have their real glass. I'll make the same with these great doors. So we go to the back. We take here this loop, and this and that. Okay, and give them a class material too. So that was that. File save. When we now look, that is the window classic that we need. And it is real class. We will see that later when we have a background or something else there. There will be reflections in this class that will be fine. Good. We need two of the doors for the top and two for this both sides. At the side we need two windows, so Shift D for duplicate them, Shift D duplicate them for this side here, and we need two doors at the top, so Shift D once again, one time, Shift two time. That is the first side, and the other side is the same like this one. So we can get here and with Shift D copy that for the other side. Good. We have that. So now we make this here, the barcode. So we start with add mesh cube. We scale it like the thickness in this sample pick and scale it in the Y and the X. So we got that, and that is should be a little bit brighter, bigger than the other one. So we scale that in the Y little. I must make it here to German scale Y. So that we have. Then we see we got it here to the house. That means we get here in and make two loops with Control R and then scale X to get to the side and such like that. Then we can get here these outer faces and extrude them out to the wall of the house. That is that. Good. And next we see we have here this part that means we need here mesh cube 2. We make it like that, a little bit on the set. So we have that. Then we scale that in the Y to make it small. Think that is enough for that. Now we take the front face selected and the back face selected and bring them in extrude scale to such like that. Then we hit X, delete only faces. Now we have that here. Now we close that parts here with F and this two with F, that two with F, and the last that. Good. We have that, and we see we have here 4 of this wood sticks. So we make add mesh cube. We look here that we have the height for that we need. So that should be in the down part and at the top part too. So we go here and get background selection with words. Yep. And go down here. And we see here is a little bit thicker than at the top. So we go back to here, mark that with border selection, bring that a little down. And that's enough. Good. So we need to have here small sticks. So that means we scale that in the Y. And we scale it in the X. And we have a small part, such like that. Then we need it 4 times. You've seen that. So we have here modifier, add modifier. It's a ray modifier. You see it makes it double. So we can here the X direction give them more, so much that we need. And we need a count of 4. So we give them a 4. And then we drag this space like we would that it fits with the rest. That is okay for me. So we can bring them to the inner part and maybe scale them a little in the Y. Scale Y. It is smaller, so we can put it real to the front of that without incoming in the material. Good. These two things we join together as one. Oh, sorry, go back. First, we must apply the modifier. So apply that, then select both and join them together as one. We need that for the other side too. So we must make a copy of that. But before we do that, we mark the seams. So we get the whole back line and mark seam. Then we mark this edge slides and mark seam. Good. Then each of the back parts from the sticks mark seam, and from the top and the bottom we mark seam 2. So we got that. Then the inner loop, that one, we mark 2, and that is it. Okay, Shift D to make a copy of that. File, save. Good. Now we see we have here to make the front. That is the same as before. Because of that, we make it simple. we copy that material, that object, and make it a little longer as the other one. So that means we get this one here and P separate the selection. So we have it as one object. Then we go in here and delete this parts there. And now we make that here longer. So we go to vertex selection and bring them here a little out, such like that. Now we count how many things that are 3, 6, 9, 10. 10. So we get this one here and give them again array, but with 10. Then we bring them a little bit to the outside and we see how much we can give them. Here a little bit more. Yeah, I think that is a good one. Yes. So a little. Okay. We apply that again, mark them both together, join them together as one. We have the mark scene, that is the good thing by that. And Shift D, we make a copy of that for this other side. Good. We see we have here in the middle 5 um, guys there that are coming out. So we make them fast. Add mesh, cube, we scale them down, bring them to the original, and get the same size, grab, scale, such like that. Then we scale that in the set. So we have that. Then we need there a 5 count. So we get here array 5 and bring them out like that. Good. We see that must be longer than the other one. That means when we are here, it must be over them. So scale set that we have that. The proportions, we will see that all later. We will tweak that then, that we have a good result to have that. Good. Then we see here at each end of that, we have uh, one of these guys too. So we make here one. Scale it up. That we have a thicker one, such like that. Then scale in the set, and we got that. Good. That comes on each edge of that. So that means that here must come in front. So we go on top view. We can position them right. Then we got this here, grabbing, bring them to point. These two we bring by the side. So we get that here at each edge there. That means here, a little bit there. Shift D to bring them there. Then we get a copy of that Shift D and bring it in the back. Between them comes this things, so rotate, set 90 degrees. Sorry. Grabbing and position it in the middle of that. And bring this to the back. Same we make on the other side. Rotate, set minus 90 degrees. Grabbing, positioning a little bit down, and this one to the end. So we got that. That here must now be over them all. So we see that can be a little bit thicker. I think more. So we go in here, make a middle loop. Then we, with background selection, we'll delete that here all. Then we can take here modifier, a mirror modifier. Then we have it easy to control. We go here, that size is good, I think. But this size is too small for me. So we mark that and bring that to the same size as there. Then we bring it to the back, get this whole front and bring them over the other. Then we see that here is too small there. So we need here more space. So we get there and apply for the mirror. Now we can get this thing here and bring them back. And now we have that. It must be all on the same high. So that means we get that posts with these things there and go down. We go to the bottom part, that is our reference for all. That means we need this thing here and bring that to fit with the other things there. Same as here. I think here we must go a little bit deeper. And that here is overall, so bring them up. Good. That is that. It has a bottom, so we make their bottom. We get here add mesh cube, scale and Y, and scale and X. Good. Scale and Z. And then we have the bottom for that. You go here, and we can go a little back, such like that. Then we see out of the house comes under them some blocks out to hold them in the wall. So we shift D. No, we make it other way. We make here add mesh cube. Scale them down to a size that can hold this whole thing in the wall, such like that. Then we scale that in Y, bring them back. So we got that, maybe a little bit smaller, such like that. Good, we give them array too. So array, I think 5 times is good. And bring them to this part. And we got that. Don't forget, we must mark seam that all, I told it you before, but at the first time now, um, we must apply this whole things that we done. Then we can select them all and join them together as one object. Give them the origin to the geometry, so in the middle. And now we have that one finished. File, save. So we have the windows, we have this front, we can finish the front, I think. And we must surely make the roof. So we can try to make a roof. Add mesh plane. Yep, a cube we take. Then we scale in the X and in the Z. Good. Scale them in the Y. Stitch like that. Then we make there a loop in at the top. That is quarter. Then we go to the back face, this one, and extrude that out to the same length as the other one is. Good. Now we have that. We now can rotate that in the X. Rotate X 54. Minus. Rotate minus. Rotate X minus 45. Rotate X minus. Ooh, I don't get it. So I'll make it again. Go to geometry, rotate X 45, and then one last time, rotate X 180 degrees, and we have the roof. We see it don't have the same length as C, so rotate Z 90 degrees to get it from front, and we search as a reference line, that is this one here. Then we can bring that to the same height. So we go to normal selection, and then we can bring that in, set that it hits the line, and we have the same result. Good. That is this back face. We go back to global axis. We shift a copy of that. Then we rotate that set 90 degrees. We scale them a little down, bring them in the middle of this roof, and we got that. I want only that we have it on one side comes out, not on both sides. So we get with background selection, word selection, the back of that and bring that in the middle. So we have only at the front, the outcoming part here. You can cut out that if you want from here, that you have there a hole, or you can let it like you would. In this case, we make it cut out. So we go in there. Top view is good. Then Control R to make a loop. We make two loops. We scale in the X and bring them to this point. Then we get one in the middle and one to the high where we want to cut. You see it here. So we get here a loop and bring them up here. Now we have the possibility to cut out there. So that means we can get here on the tools, there's a knife tool. We get from this point to this point and space to cut. Same on the other side, from here to here, cut. Good. Then we can delete this one, X, words. We need to do the same on the back side. That is this one. So we go knife from the middle point to the outer point, cut, and the same on the other side too. Knife, go here and there, cut. Now we can delete the word, and we have it open. So it should be good. We have done the roof. Here we must mark seam 2. File, save. For today, that is enough. You can uh, do following. You can um, mark seams from all this object. I will do that too, but you don't must look that. You can make it on your own. So next time we make the rest, and so see you in the next part.